Who are you? What do you do?
So my name is Apoorva and I am a software developer at Agentic Intelligence.
And so how do you explain what you do to your mum, your dad, your husband, a random person on the street?
I guess I tell them that I'm creating AI that's probably going to take their job away from them.
Yeah.
No, I basically tell them that I use AI to create software that connects with different AI models to automate tasks.
And then your journey is relatively traditional. If you think about out of high school, I actually don't know what high school you went to.
I went to Riccarton High.
Awesome. And so why did you decide to go to university and study sort of software engineering?
To be honest, because that's kind of the done thing, and that's kind of what my family's cultural values are, to go to university, to get educated, and in my family, software engineering was kind of seen as the highest ideal of study, I guess. Yeah.
And so software was a big part of high school before uni?
No, not at all.
So there's no context before you started joining?
Not at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I worked really hard at, math and English and physics and history, that sort of stuff. But I had, technology and software was, another world to me that I didn't really understand.
And then 3 years at uni?
More than that. I took a few gap years. So if you combined all the courses, it would be about 3 years. Yeah.
And so what difference do you think the education you got at university versus, the short time you've been with us, what's the gap between what the lecturers potentially were saying and what's actual reality on the ground?
I think it definitely depends on the course. There were some courses that were a lot more hands-on and practical, and they taught me a way to think and a way to approach a software problem that I still use right now in my current job, which has been really helpful. And then there are other courses that were, I did computer science and math. So I did a lot of cryptography, things like that kind of looked at the theory behind encryption systems and, I don't know, how computers work. And that was really fun to learn, but I don't practically use it in my day-to-day. Yeah. And
before you joined us, what was your expectation of sort of the day-to-day at a, say, software company? What did you think it was going to be? And then what is the actual reality?
Yeah. To be honest, I kind of had a blank picture in my mind. I didn't have a super strong idea of what it would be like. So I definitely found it quite scary going into industry because I didn't know anyone really that was in that sphere that I talked to until I started my internship. But I would say I thought it would be generally a lot of isolated work and kind of constantly trying to get the deadlines done and high pressure environments. And I would say it is probably a high pressure environment, but there's definitely the team aspect that I didn't consider, just how you have people to mentor you, people that you can learn from and share your learnings with. And I guess you're not just growing as an individual developer, you're also contributing to the team intellect, I guess, as you learn yourself, which has been cool.
And then from your internship to us, what's sort of the core differences?
Definitely the amount of AI that has been used in this company. In my previous company, the emphasis was on really understanding every single bit and making sure that I was using that I was typing everything out myself so that I was learning. And I think that was really helpful for me, just so that I understood what exactly I was building. But I guess in this company, AI has been, using different agents to help me write my code. I almost feel like I have a junior developer that I'm mentoring and guiding and saying, hey, can you make this for me? And then I'm more of a reviewer rather than manually writing everything out.
And does that sort of meet your expectations? Like, you went to university to learn how to write code and do math, and you think about encryption as well. So does that feel like a wee bit of a waste?
I don't think so. Not for me, because I think it was really, I didn't just learn how to write code. I also learnt, the higher level architecture of how software is created. And if you're more into computer science, then I guess you learn more of the theory, but I also did some software engineering courses, and there were some projects where, I worked in a team and I did learn to, test things and, work in a team to split tasks and all of that stuff. So I think there were definitely things like that I am doing right now, which has been really helpful. And I would say, because personally I didn't have any background in software before university, it was really helpful to go to university and kind of just play around with all these different areas of computer science, whether it's the theoretical side or the more practical building software side, and figure out what I enjoyed and just get a higher level view of that whole industry.
And then from what I know of your friend circle, some of them are developers.
Yeah.
Because that's how we did the research on you before we hired you. We did the full intelligence report to see what you like.
Oh, yeah.
And then what's their experience compared, or is different to what you're doing? Are they having the same experiences in regards to market with the roles that they're doing?
I would say that it's also different and based on the company that they're in. And I think every company seems to have a different idea of how useful agents can be. And so, I would say the cool thing about coming out of university is there's a shared understanding of how to think about building a software product. And I think that is shared across different companies from what I know, which isn't much. So I think rather than the actual, things that you actually, the specifics that you learn, I think university was great for teaching a certain process of thinking and approaching a problem. Yeah.
And then what are you currently working on?
I am currently working on integrating a voice agent into a health and safety website. And so hopefully, a worker can call up a voice agent and say, hey, I've got this issue. They can do it in different languages. They can do it in English, but with their own intonations. And the voice agent will just create a report of health and safety, and it should hopefully make everyone's life a lot more easier and remove bureaucracy. Yeah.
And so with that technology, where do you think the future of call centres are, based on what you've seen at the moment?
I think definitely the first response would be to go straight to a voice agent, but I think people in that industry, their jobs might expand to doing more specialized roles, like, if the voice agent makes a mistake or does something wrong, they would be the next point of contact to go to and can offer more specialized advice and help.
And so do you think, based on the tools that you use today, do you think voice agents will be ubiquitous pretty soon? So every company will have a voice agent?
Probably, yeah. I think they're really useful. And I think I mean, what we're hearing is that most people actually just want to talk to a voice agent more than a person. And I mean, not that people aren't important, but like just to like get through the process, they don't need to talk to an actual person to get through like the basic questions. And I think it expands the roles of humans to do more exciting tasks and more complicated tasks.
And does working here make you rethink sort of your future and what you thought your career would be?
Oh yeah, definitely. I am still trying to figure that out and trying to figure out what it means to be a software developer, software engineer in this industry, because it's definitely changed a lot since, I mean, throughout when I started uni, ChatGPT wasn't really a thing, and then halfway through it was, and suddenly everyone started using it to submit their assignments. So yeah, it definitely has made me question what is the value of a software developer when an agent can do, well, seems to be able to do so much. And I think it's made me think about how can I grow as a person and technically to actually to be smart enough to use AI as a tool and not just kind of blindly follow it. Or let it take my job away, but how can I grow myself?
And so what's the future role of a developer then? I've asked you this a few times.
Yeah. I think the future role of a developer might look more generic. It might look like instead of being really good at a specific topic in computer science, it might look like having a broader understanding, enough to guide AI, to make complicated decisions, because I don't think it can do that yet. And so I think it looks like more business decisions and customer satisfaction, making sure that that relationship is really great between the customer, the product, and the companies. And yeah.
Makes sense.
I'll leave it there.
What good questions do you have for me, mate? You can ask anything and everything.
Oh, okay. I might throw it back to you. What do you think the future is?
Is an orchestrator in between. It's speaking both business and tech, and then knowing what they need. And the human side will more come out in regards to communication for what they need, because I think everyone will be a developer. And I think it will no longer be a rate-limiting skill. And what we're seeing in the work that we do is that it's getting better pretty quick. And so it will come down to your imagination and how you understand a problem for that delivery.
No, yeah, I think I'd agree with that. It's definitely about having wider problem-solving skills than just, I don't know, rote learning something.
Yep.
Yeah. That was cool. And I guess in your job at the moment, what has been the most satisfying part of incorporating AI into small to medium businesses?
For me, it's just understanding where the future's going and making sure we're actually being quite like empathetic in how we build stuff.
Yeah.
Because we're going through, and if you've been in a job for 30 years as a developer and we turn up with a way to look at software differently,
Yeah.
there's a human element to it.
Yeah.
And so it's also understanding that as part of the business, plus how do I put together a team that can do that as well, as opposed to just having like robots with no empathy and no emotion rock in there and scare everyone.
Yeah. I think it's cool.
Cool.
And
Thank you very much.
You
got more? You got more? Go for it.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I think it's cool because it forces universities as well to change how they're teaching us to problem solve.
Do you think universities will be around soon?
I think if they're still as expensive as they are, maybe not. I think as time goes on, there's so much more resources for people to learn skills on their own. But I still think, I don't know, I personally had a really great experience at university. It gave me a lot of confidence. And I think if they continue to be the way they are and not change, then I don't think there's a place for them. But I think if they can help, I mean, the point of them is to help young people learn, or older people. And I think if that is their goal, then yeah, totally, I think they'll stay. Yeah.
Cool. We'll leave it there. Thank you very, very much.
No worries.
Not too difficult?
Oh, no, that was so stressful.
Why was it stressful?
Because I don't think I was very articulate.
What do you think, Luke?
I thought it sounded really good.
I agree.
I was enjoying it.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Are you going to sniff it so
yeah, it's
Okay.
good. But it's,
Okay.
it's way more, you're always more self-critical of yourself than you actually come across. Like
Okay.
everyone always, especially the first time, they're always like, oh, no, I wouldn't say like that. I wouldn't speak like that. I wouldn't
Yeah.
speak like that. No, yeah, that sounded really good.
Okay.
Also, the trick with not getting the questions beforehand means you don't get to rehearse your answers, so it's honest.
Yeah.
You don't get the chance to be like, I'm gonna say it exactly this way.
But I'm really good at pretending I haven't thought about it.
We'll keep this in here.
Okay. Cool. This is just like my interview.
Similar.
Yeah.
Similar.
It's so stressful. I don't
Is
know.
it 2 cameras
Hey,
and
look,
lights?
Aaron, you wasn't too stressful, was it?
It was so stressful.
Why is that?
This is what I was like after the interview. I was like, oh, I should have said that. Oh, that was stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, so
No, it worked out.
Also, you don't blink.
Me,
Yeah, you just lock in.
look into the soul.
Yeah, yeah.
Looking for the micro movements.
Yeah. No, that's terrifying.
You did a great job. Thank you very much.
Oh, good.
I can
Thank
see
you.
Jonty's ready.